What's up? What's up, y'all?
Howdy doody, campers.
Thanks for tuning in for another great pod.
Great pod. I almost did the Wine and Cheese Wednesday intro.
Did you?
Yeah, I was really close.
Sorry.
I think it's
Maybe I confused you
it's the vino.
because I looked at you. But hello, everyone. I'm LeChae.
Hello.
I'm your half black, half British, made in Greece, born in Turkey dietitian.
It's your boy Jimbo. The lid loving, hot sauce savant. The man, the myth, the superstar himself.
Okay.
Top Jimmy.
All right.
I think I deserve that.
Super. Yeah, I would agree. So we have a special podcast today.
Thupa dupa special because it ensures many more podcasts.
Yes.
To come.
So we're engaged.
Yo. I did it.
He proposed Friday night.
Obviously, in that time I was thinking about proposing, I wasn't looking into a soundboard.
So, yes. So, this episode is kind of dedicated to that, I guess you could say. Instead of having our normal Today in the News, the Today in the News will just be the story of everything
Jimbo's
about
story time.
him proposing.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So
we'll
that
obviously
way-
post pictures. If you're watching the YouTube recording of this, we'll post pictures after the proposal and all
And we'll
of that
put
good
one
jazz.
on IG after this has been posted. People watch. I don't want to spoil it.
Mm-hmm.
But for all the real ones that follow us, you've already seen photos and stuff. But now you get to hear the story, and now I don't have to say the story 50 times because that's how many subscribers we have.
Yeah. You can just say, go check out the YouTube.
Yeah, that's how I get people to.
Right.
Oh, you want to hear the story? Go watch our pod.
Seriously, you should. That's how a lot of people on Instagram do it.
Right.
People will be like, oh, do you have a tutorial for this hair style? And they're like, yep, post it on my YouTube.
Watch the YouTube.
So as I say every episode, thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, just supporting us in every way. We really, really appreciate it. And I know I say that all the time, but we mean it. So thank you. So first things first.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
I'm the realist.
For real.
We have to do our cuss word replacement generator. So we have one word, one syllable, generate random word, and it is breed.
Breed?
What the breed?
Can we try?
No.
All right, breed. Well, I guess we are engaged.
Yeah. Wow. That does not imply anything. We are not planning on breeding any children
Might
anytime
have to
soon.
elope soon, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay. So before we dive into your lovely story. Oh, actually, let's just give a brief overview of today's episode. So our Today in the News is the story of James proposing. We have Jimmy Sports Talk, where we talk hella football.
Yeah.
Because
and some
football season has commenced.
Basketball.
Yes. Our topic of debate has to do with a viral video that went around involving Shia LaBeouf.
It's about the marijuanas.
Our celebrity fact check has to do with the man himself, Mike Tyson.
Also going to talk about the marijuanas.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My fun food fact of the day, and then our random popsicle sticks, and then our business shout out, and that's that.
Big hint, business shout out, someone near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
All right, so let's talk about your lid.
Lid of the week. I always hear in my head, it's from a Jack Harlow song, He says something of the week, and I want to replace it with the word lid, and I might just do that on my own and make it our MTV lid. I think I might have to DM Jack Harlow and see if that's cool, because it's my boy.
Actually, do you have to do that?
I feel like it's only right. I'm kind of stealing his.
But I mean,
in the
Jalen
words
and
of,
Jacoby.
Yes, but in the words of Soulja Boy.
He copied my whole freaking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
Lid of the week this week. It's a Dallas Cowboys hat. We'll discuss more about them in Jimmy Sports Talk. Yeah.
That's not.
I know. It's Jimmy Sports Talk.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I like the sports voice. Oh my gosh.
What?
I didn't do Loud We're Live. Loud We're Back. On Wine and Cheese Wednesday.
Oh my gosh. Looked like you owe a shot next week.
Y'all, I'm so sorry if you tune into Wine and Cheese Wednesday. So let's get it popping right now. Loud We're Live. Loud We're Back. With Dallas Cowboys stuff. You want to know why? Because they're great. So, LeChae, my fiancé, looking like Beyonce, got me this hat. It was in a little, like, fun box. It's got, like, the mesh on the back. It has a Dallas Cowboys patch. It's just your stereotypical. It's like a jean.
It's a pretty basic.
I wouldn't call it, basic per se. It's got the star embroidered. It's got, like, a jean feel on the front for the first third of it. And the other 2/3 are the white mesh. Yeah.
It's a nice hat. I think it's a quality hat.
When she got it for me, I had a shaved head, and it looked funky because of the mesh. It's not stitched to the side, so it kind of poofs out. But now that I have hair, it doesn't look as weird, and I'm cool with wearing it. But I didn't like it at first. I'm not going to lie to you. Horrible gift.
Okay, moving on.
I don't need your pessimism.
We're engaged, baby.
Yep.
You want to do Today in the News?
It's Today in the News! We're back.
All right. Drop the story.
Drop the beat, boy. All right, so Jimmy's story time. Today in the News.
I'm going to get comfortable.
It started 1.5 years ago. I was going to do it before LeChae went to Spain. Family party. Decided against it. Was going to do it in Spain. Got to the location. Decided against it. Wasn't special enough. And I was like, you know what? I talked to a friend. Shout out Tard. That's part of his last name. So let's just keep that PC. Anthony. So talked to him. He and his girl were long term. And he gave me some really good advice. And I decided to wait. Just make sure. I had total confidence our relationship was going to be fine. But you can never be too sure. You know? In the words of Cardi B, there's some hoes in this house. Just kidding. She's not.
I am not a hoe.
Just kidding. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure it was going to work. And then when she got back, I was going to pick her up in Spain, bring her to Greece, and do it in Greece, in Santorini. I had a photographer booked. I had the hotel where we were going to look over the ocean, the whole shebang, the whole kit and caboodle, the whole nine. And COVID happened, so I couldn't do it. So then she got back, and I was just kind of like 2 plans fell through, 3 plans fell through, and I was just like, I don't know, I just want to do it. I was going to do it at a family party. So her sister called me and was like, you should make it a little more intimate, make it more special. I'm like, you're right, because I'm Mr. Romantic. I'm sappy. So I was like, all right. Shout out to my homie Drew. She held it down, took some great pictures. I brought her to the river, the banks in Cincinnati, and had a wonderful proposal. We were both looking great. She almost made us late.
And it was like...
No debate.
With
Bars.
the sunset. Like
yeah,
behind
sunset.
the skyline.
It was a sunset overlooking the bridge in like Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. Then we went to a beautiful dinner overlooking the entire city, lit at night. We each crushed a bottle of wine to ourselves because, we have Wine and Cheese Wednesday. We about that life. Food was great. And now we're going to live happily ever after, and you get to hear us for many years to come. So, CBS, NBC, someone, you should hop on this train.
Yeah, so we'll obviously
YouTube.
post pictures in the video so you guys can see. They're beautiful. It was amazing. So he did a very, 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 very good job.
Sorry, I had a little yawn.
That's okay. He still did a good job.
Thanks.
So yeah, we're engaged.
Gang,
What the hell?
Cheers with this giant glass of wine.
Yeah. And also just a little shout out. I was going to say huge shout out, but it's not. A little shout out to that bottle of wine. I actually brought that from Spain as a gift for him.
Chep. They have to watch Wine and Cheese Wednesday.
Oh, okay. You're right.
It's tomorrow.
You're right.
But we pre-recorded it, so now you know that I forgot the...
I know that I wanted to say that.
We're
Technically
back.
didn't drop yet, but
yeah,
now
but
they
it's
know.
going to tomorrow, so...
Okay.
Sneak peek into some fantabulous stuff.
Yes. Next up, your sports talk.
Jimmy Sports Talk. Yeah, that's not the one.
We're working on it.
We're getting there. I mean, sorry, I'm busy, people, and I need to do better, I know. Excuses are like buttholes. Everyone's got one, and they all have poop that come out of them.
You can say
Breed.
Gosh, you're annoying. Breed. Anyway, for all the NFL fans out there, let's get right to it.
insane first
The
couple
Falcons. Matty Ice. The choke artists of the NFL. And it's a shame because I like their uniforms. I actually like Matt Ryan. I stick up for him quite a bit. They've got a great team, but man, they just find ways to lose. First, it was 25 points going into the third quarter, and the GOAT brought them back. I was at that Super Bowl. And now my Dallas Cowboys, down 20, second quarter. 4 turnovers. The fun fact, 402-0 before this Sunday, teams that were up 20-0 in the second quarter and had 0 turnovers in the game. Up 20-0 with 0 turnovers and lost. Now it's 402-1. Thanks, Atlanta. So shout out to my boys. They pulled it back. Big leg Greg Swarline. Knocked it through the uprights to win the game.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
But can I just kind of give the Falcons play devil's advocate for a second? They're a bunch of idiots.
Oh, on the
If
their
you
hands
watched-
team. Their hands
oh
team.
my
You got to attack the football on the
gosh.
inside, and they thought it had to go 10 yards for them to get
They literally
it.
thought it had to go 10 yards,
Idiots.
so all of them were
Idiots.
shuffling. It was terrible.
I love
terrible.
it. Saved our
Terrible.
season. Anyway, now, shout out to the boys and shout out to the Bills. I always got to give love to the Bills. Josh Allen, he's that guy. He's here. He's here to stay.
Go Steelers.
20 injuries, actually 20 plus in the NFL this weekend. Some notable, Saquon Barkley out for the year with an ACL. Nick Bosa probably out for the year with an ACL. So on both sides of the ball for San Fran, their best player, Nick Bosa, Jimmy G. Jimmy G's not out for the season, but he's out for a couple weeks. You've got Drew Lock. Drew Lock's out with a shoulder. Cortland Sutton, another Bronco, who's their best receiver, out. So if you have
Christian McCaffrey.
if you have Jerry Jeudy, that's gonna be big. Christian McCaffrey with his ankle. Tough fantasy week for people and tough week for just football. There's a lot of superstars down right now. And the week before, Mike Thomas, Marlon Mack. And why do we believe this is happening?
We're going to blame COVID. You want to know why?
Freaking COVID.
Because none of these
Ruining
teams have had preseason games. They haven't had full-on practices. And they're not conditioned enough.
Yeah,
They're not.
Not only conditioning, but your body has to prepare for that much full speed, intense, like the cutting, the movements, your joints, and the contact.
But and physical contact.
The contact.
Yeah.
If you're not used to the contact, because they're not running full contact practices because they don't want people to get hurt. So if you don't have those preseason games, maybe we'd all like one less. I'm still a big fan of one less preseason game on the year. That's me. But you still need preseason games to get your rookies better, which shout out Joe Burrow. He looks great without a preseason. Anyway, but your bodies have to prepare, and now we're seeing the poor effects.
And just like a little side note in that, I've always had an issue with preseason because, a lot of teams don't have their starters play most of the preseason games, or most of the preseason quarters, I should say.
They start the first half. They play the first half.
Well, sometimes. Sometimes they do like a freaking quarter or a series because they don't want them to get hurt. But then they're not ready for regular season. Like, they're not. Like, they come out there looking rusty because they haven't had to fully condition. So I do understand the preservation of their health and not wanting them to get hurt.
You got to prep them.
But you have to prep them.
So
You
for those
have
who
to.
made it out of this, for those fantasy players that made it out of this weekend unscathed, count your blessings, my friends.
Yes. And just to keep the bad train rolling. So week 1 in NFL was one of the worst.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
Other than lacrosse goalie, because I would never ever want to do that, I think the hardest position in sports is a football kicker because of the pressure and you have to come in not warmed up, not whatever. And so that was my preface, is the hardest position in sports, in my opinion.
So week 1 was one of the worst starts for kickers in the NFL in almost a decade. So there was about 19 missed field goals. Like not just field goals, but also extra
Field goals
points.
and extra points.
Across the NFL.
Shout out to the Bengals. Lost Joe Burrow his first win.
The only team of week 1 that did not miss a field goal was Packers-Vikings.
So the only game.
Every other game, everyone had a missed kicks.
Crosby and former Dallas Cowboy Dan Bailey.
Yep.
I still miss you, Dan. I'll always love you.
So there were 19 missed kicks. So that includes field goals and extra points.
Crazy, man.
Absolutely insane. And we also kind of still contribute that to no preseason.
Yeah.
So, it's a little rough in the NFL right now. It's a little rough.
Hard times.
Yep.
Now,
Football aside.
shifting a little from football and basketball. So we're doing, I'm going to be hypocritical. I said that we don't mention it. We're recording this after the weekend. We usually record on the weekend. And so that's why she wanted to contribute to football. This was her suggestion to talk about this. It was easier for me to preface basketball talk. This is all LeChae's idea. I was wrong.
Wow. He's going to be a great husband.
So, basketball this weekend, it's Lakers Nuggets. And don't count out the Nuggets yet. They've already come back from 3-1 twice in one postseason. But Anthony Davis, if you don't know, now you know. He is that guy. Yes, the GOAT is on it. Well, no. The GOAT is Jordan. The greatest basketball player to ever live is on his team, LeBron James. Year 17, hooping. Anthony Davis said, everybody, relax. We're down. It's the fourth quarter. I'm going to put the team on my back. Greg Jennings put the team on my back, though.
Dog, he put the team on his back. Dog, let's go inside the mind of a Greg Jennings. Dog, I got to do this. I put the team on my fucking back, though. My leg broke. I don't know how the fuck I'm running right now, though. I'll do this for Madden. Oh, Darren Sharper, one of the most hardest hitting safeties in the league. But I put the team on my back, dude. F it. You can't stop me. Cross the plane. Touchdown. Greg Jennings.
C-A-T-S. Cats.
What? Oh, Anthony Davis. Got you. Okay. Puts the team on his back. 10 straight points. 2.1 seconds left. Oh, we're down 1. Or down 2? I think they're down 2. 2.1 seconds left. Down 2. Joker. You're a joker for trying to guard me. Let me catch this inbound. Hit you with the 3-pointer at the buzzer. Game, set, match on that. Breeds. Respect this man. He is going to go down as a top 5 big man of all time. And he and LeBron are on a tear. Lakers in 5. Sorry, Nuggets fans. I'm giving you 1 win. And honestly, I feel like it's going to be Lakers in 4, but I'll give you 1 win. Lakers in 5. LeBron's about to get a chip. AD's going to get his first chip. He is that man. Respect the brow.
All right. So that concludes our Jimmy Sports Talk. Moving on. Topic of debate. So this one was kind of something that popped up over the weekend, per usual. Would you like to give the background, or do you want me to give the background? I feel like you know a little bit more about the background leading into this.
So I believe it's like the 30th anniversary of Dazed and Confused. Maybe it's 20th. I don't want to age the people that are in that. I feel bad, but I know it's an older movie. Dazed and Confused. So it was like a charity thing, but they got a bunch of big, heavy-hitting stars. Matthew McConaughey, John Legend.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman was narrating. Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston. But he who stole the show from Even Stevens, from Transformers, Shia LaBeouf.
Do it! Just do it!
This man read his lines. Everyone else was reading. He memorized his lines off script, stoned to the bone.
He was smoking on the
Smoking
camera.
on camera in his car, sweating his balls off, and just killed it. Every line, boom, boom, boom. Like he was the perfect role for that. And because many would look at him as a delinquent, I think it was revolutionary. He's a freaking genius, and he killed it. Like, to be stoned and to do that. Granted, there's some professions where you absolutely can't work high. He did it, and he crushed it.
Okay, so now
So
the
what's
topic of debate is, if you had a stoner role, would you show up stoned?
And I say no.
I also say no.
Okay, well, then I'm going to say yes. Let's debate, because I can play both sides.
So I just feel like if you're stoned, you won't think with the same mind that you would if you're not
I
stoned.
feel like you wouldn't remember your lines.
Exactly. I feel like you'd be paranoid. I feel like you'd be freaking out if you did forget your lines.
Unless you're just so stoned all the time, you're comfortable with being that stoned.
Right, like
people.
a
Like Snoop,
functional...
do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Stoned.
he's
Wiz, like, do your thing.
But that's why I say no. And I know it's obviously nowhere near the same. But, drinking for a drunk role. So,
I would do that.
Okay.
I'd get hammered for a drunk role.
You shouldn't, though, because we watched the behind the scenes of a Rick and Morty episode. And the actor that plays Rick had one episode where he was just belligerent drunk. Like, his cartoon character was belligerent drunk the whole episode. So the producers of the cartoon thought that it would be a good idea to have this actor also get belligerently drunk to play the belligerent drunk Rick. And they said it was one of the worst decisions that they've ever made.
Well, they said it's because they couldn't get him to stay on task.
Yes,
you have
he
to
couldn't
think,
stay on task.
if I'm acting, I'm going to do it, because some things, it's improv. You can keep things off the cuff. They've already drawn the lines that they need him to write. They've already had Rick say what he's going to say, and he's filling the void, so that's what makes it hard.
But I feel like for me, I mean, also I'm not an actress, so this is not really relevant, but if I'm drunk, I would just not be paying attention to my lines.
I think I'd be phenomenal.
I would be cracking up. I would be mentioning dumb shit that wasn't even relevant. I would be like, oh my gosh, your shoelace isn't tied right. Like, and it had nothing to do with the script. Like, just dumb shit, because I would be so drunk. Like, when I'm drunk,
disagree.
I can't stay on tack. Like, I want to socialize.
I think alcohol, I'd be under the influence. For the sake of the argument, I'm going to say stoned. But even though it's hard, but like, I guess if you're so stoned, like, you're comfortable, you get all the mannerisms. Like, everyone knows you're high. You've got the red eyes. You're coughing. He was sweating. I don't know why he was sweating so much. Like, what are you, like?
Well, no, people thought that he was like on something else.
Oh, well, he killed it. So
yeah.
And that his role was the stoner. It's not like he just like was a dad playing a dad. Like, he was playing the stoner part. But no,
yeah.
I can't even, for the sake of, I guess I could, but for the sake of it, I don't think, if I was playing someone stoned, I think I could easily play someone stoned without being stoned and be able to sell it more. So, yeah.
All right. Moving on. Celebrity fact check. So you're the one who actually brought it to the episode today.
Mike Tyson paid $2.2 million for a 24-karat gold bathtub in his Ohio mansion. So let's just...
let's break that down.
So we got an Ohio mansion. I don't know where you would want to be in Ohio. Like, I love Cincinnati, don't get me wrong, but if you're really not from Ohio, you don't want to be in Ohio. Like, everyone in Ohio. I used to be in Ohio.
I still breed.
24-karat bathtub. Like, are you really taking baths like that? Like, I mean, I guess 24-karat gold. He just has more money than he knows what to do with. But I want to unravel why this makes sense for Michael Tyson. I can't believe it.
I was about to say, I've never heard it.
He's Michael. Michael Tyson. No, he's Mike. He's the champ. I can't call him Michael. Anyway, I'm going to unravel why this makes sense for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was doing psychedelics at the age of 12. He was doing acid. He was already a perennial superstar at like 16. Like, he was built like what you dream to look like post-college going into a professional career. He was a monster. He was drinking, doing psychedelics. He is Mr. Marijuana now. He is a dude that thinks so sporadically, erratically, and violently that he is coming out of retirement because he has said that he has tried to practice modesty and humility because he's afraid of the person inside him. But if he doesn't, when he fights it, he feels like a breed. Quote, I feel like a breed. And so now, and he goes, and when I let it out, it's going to be a tear. Like, I'm going to leave wreckage in my path. And so Roy Jones Jr., rest in peace, bro, because you're going to get annihilated in this fight coming up. But he's just not a mentally normal human being, but it's what makes him Iron Mike Tyson. This, for anyone else, sounds stupid, but for Mike Tyson, this makes absolute sense.
I think it's stupid. $2.2 million for a bathtub that he probably uses twice a year.
Shout out Iron Mike.
Okay. Next up, LeChae's fun food fact of the week. So this is about fruit-flavored gummy snacks. Did you know that they shine because of car wax? The same wax that they use on cars is the same wax that they use to give gummy candy a glossy shine. Clearly, it's not toxic, but...
Dude, I could wax a freaking car sales lot with the amount of gummy. That's my favorite.
Apparently, the wax is called Carnauba.
Can you spell that?
Carnauba.
Use it in a sentence, please.
Carnauba wax is the wax used to make gummy candy shine. It's a noun. So yeah, I mean, clearly it's not toxic. Well, that we know.
Well, we
of.
don't know that, but
But
I'm screwed if so, because I eat gummies like it's my job. I've been good lately, but I love.
I'm sure that's only super processed ones. I'm sure
if
it's not the
fans want to
organic
send
ones.
us some gummies, I'm about that life.
Yeah. Okay. Popsicle sticks. Do you want me to pick?
No.
Okay.
You know what I want.
Then do it.
You know what I want.
Do it.
You know what I want.
What?
Stir them up.
You can do it.
Stir them up, girl.
Okay,
Shake
I'm
'em
going to
up.
pick.
Okay, give them to me.
I'm taking it away.
Our FBI agent.
I actually don't have anything that I've been keeping. Like, we've had stuff probably once every
have a
week
note.
for the past 3 weeks, but I haven't wrote it down.
So
this segment has to do with, that our phones are listening to us.
all the
that.
time. If you haven't noticed, when you talk about something
And then you get ads on social media.
On social medias.
So that's what this segment is about, of crazy instances where we've talked about something and then we see ads about it on social media.
So I've seen them. We were talking about her ring, and I started getting advertisements for diamonds. I've actually mentioned a friend that I hadn't talked about in years that is never on my timeline, and then will just show up on my Instagram timeline.
Yes, okay. It's funny you bring that up. So that happened with Howard.
Yes. Oh,
we
yeah.
saw
we
him
ran
at the
into a
grocery
friend.
store
So
that we haven't seen in months.
The
probably a
brother-in-law
year,
of our friend who has the cup business. She doesn't have her cup out tonight.
because I don't have any
Mariah.
alcohol.
Yeah, her brother-in-law. We ran into him at Jungle Jim's. Hadn't seen him in a while, and we were saying how
we need to
wanted
catch
hang out
up.
with them. We need to catch up. So we run into him. The next day, he's on my Instagram timeline. I didn't even know I followed him,
Yeah.
and he was on my timeline.
So that was insane. Absolutely insane. But we've just had crazy stuff like that. I wish I probably kept more better track of that.
I think to make this an interesting segment, because we're just talking about something that I think most people have noticed, I'm going to take note this week. I'm going to start having conversations. This week, I'll have 3 conversations about one. You're single.
No, I want it to
do
be
a
this.
generator. Do a generator.
No, I want it to be this.
That's what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to have 3 conversations this week about lava lamps. And I'll screenshot and post if I get them. We'll see if my FBI agent, our FBI agent, starts sending us lava lamp ads. So let's see how well they're listening.
And it's funny. So James will talk crap about our FBI agent.
I talked about his wife.
His wife. And I always defend her and our FBI agent.
Well, no, it's nothing against her. Her and I have a great relationship. He should be concerned.
I'm just saying. They're already listening to us, and then he's going to make him mad. So, okay.
Just wait till I figure out her name, homie.
Business shout out. We're shouting out one of our very own.
It's your boy.
James.
Shout out me.
This one.
I do graphic design.
Right
Photoshop.
Here. Yeah.
If you got a business you're trying to start up. If you have an album cover you want, because I've done that. If you want a phone background, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And,
we can probably post some of the things that you've made if you're
I'll
cool
post,
with that.
Yeah, I'll post some things that I've done.
All of the graphics on our videos of our podcast and our Wine and Cheese Wednesday all comes from James.
Yeah, so Papito, the little smiley face guy, our stirred up,
our intro,
everything
with the
I've done, that's all me.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, when the memes and the GIFs come up, like I don't do anything crazy with those. It's a GIF, but GIF. Why do I used to call it GIF all the time, and I've like started saying GIF like it's peanut butter. It's not. It's GIF.
Mm-hmm.
So excuse me. I apologize. Anyway, yeah, if you're trying to start a business and you need a package of just some branding or something, I've done an album cover for my boys, Strange Dream. Go listen to them. Yeah, I'm happy to help. We'll talk prices when you give me what you want. If you just want one thing, it'll be cheap. If you want a package, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So that's our business shout out.
Hit me up, Hemi.
And that wraps up our pod. So as always, thank you for supporting us.
We love you.
Please like, subscribe, comment, share this video, share this audio podcast. Do whatever you can to get the word out. We really, really appreciate you guys. Every Tuesday, our podcast drops on Apple
Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio.
And every Wednesday, our video drops of Wine and Cheese Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 videos every week. Be sure to check in.
And remember, guys, fellas, homies, if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the CD.
I'm engaged. Bye, guys. See you on the flip side.
Peace!